Now quickly moving on, ladies and gentlemen, shifting to another aspect, which is a bone of contention. Another draconian law, the Hr&CE Act. To the south of Bharat, where this entire pitch for freeing Hindu temples from the clutches of the Hr&CE Act is only gaining momentum. Freeing especially Tamil Nadu temples from the government departments and handing them over to devotees, this call is resonating. The Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Department, which manages and controls the temple administration within the state, is accused of corruption. And now the Hr&CE department is facing fresh allegation. Temple rights activist and advocate Hr&Ramesh has accused the Hr&CE department of keeping the audit reports of the temples under wraps and not publishing them online, even though there is a 2008 April direction by the department's commissioner to do so. The petition regarding the same has been moved into the Madras High Court. So much so now, the aspect comes to the fore where the CNAG has been asked to now get involved into the audit of the temples and what is happening and make these records public. The loot and plunder of temple funds is an allegation that's been made time and again, and deliberate usurping encroachment of temple property and temple lands has also been very strongly alleged. CNN News 18 has accessed a letter which was written in March 2023 to the Hr&CE department, which has been written by the Director General of Audit, which comes under the Finance Department. The letter actually flags audit objections raised in the Hr&CE department's temple administration, and these cases are unresolved since 1986. Have a look at this. The settlement officer, unsettled pending audit as of 28 February 2023, 1,13,986. The total amount in lakhs that is unresolved and pending audit objections in lakhs is 48,488.56 lakhs, ladies and gentlemen. 1,01,642.36 lakh is the regional joint audit joint commissioners total amount of unresolved amounts, and 7,781.75 lakhs is the regional assistant commissioner. So the total of 18,69,302 pending audit cases, and the amount is 1,54,912.57 lakh rupees. That's the total amount. It's a huge amount. This is the Chief Auditing Director's letter to the Hr&CE department. Hr&Ramesh, advocate and temple activist with us, and Jagdishwaran, political analyst with us. Mr. Hr&Ramesh, please tell us more. This is a huge amount.
Yes, and it's been so for a very long time. The apathy of the government in not attending to the audit objections speaks that they are not there in the temple for better management. They are in the temples only to loot or facilitate loot. It is high time government is driven out of the temples legally and the temples restored to dharmic people of the local communities. Today I moved a petition, and the government was represented by the learned Advocate General. And the government stand is, we will publish audit abstracts but not the audit reports. When banks do it, when corporates do it, when social organizations do it, when charity organizations do it, the government, which takes 4% from temples as audit fee, an obnoxious 4% of the total income, why can't they publish the annual audit reports? That's the question I have placed before the Honorable Madras High Court, and the matter has been taken up seriously. It has been moved from a single judge to a bench.
Mr. Jagdishwaran, do you want to respond to this before I get to the larger question? This Hr&CE Act itself is discriminatory. It's not secular. It's against the very constitutional ethos, and should it be abolished? That's the next question. But first respond. Why not publish the audit report you're charging? The government is charging a 4% commission, audit commission, and the audit reports will not be published.
I mean, it's a fair question asking them to publish the reports, and as I said, it's in the court of law, and I think that has to be published. There is no doubt about that. But the issue is, you want a free temple and give it to whom? He said to local communities. And what do you think will change? Do you think there will be more transparency? There will be free of corruption once we give to the local community? See, Chidambaram Nadaraja temple is not under Hr&CE. And there are compliance irregularities to the government. Hr&CE goes there, they were not even allowed. They were asking, shows the records, shows the audits. And they said, no, we can't do it. And how do you think freeing temples from Hr&CE is going to help the common public? I mean, why don't the same question can you ask them from Nataraja temple, asking them to put out their audit reports in public domain? It's not happening.
Yes,
it's not happening in other temples.
No. But why would you ask only temples this question? Are you asking masjids? Are you asking churches which are there? Are you asking churches this question? Are you asking Agyaris this question?
Not every temple. No,
Are you asking the biggest churches of Tamil Nadu to present their audit reports, and if there is an allegation of corruption, who investigates that then, sir? Are you asking the biggest masjids of Tamil Nadu to produce an audit report as to what is their source of funds and how are they managing it and what is their where are they coming from? Is anybody asking that question? Who's monitoring them? Why only temples?
I'll tell you. See, this is being repeatedly asked. You think there is nobody to ask the Muslim institutions? No, the Islamic institutions. There is a Waqf board. Similar to Hr&CE, there is a Waqf board for Islamic institutions.
No, but the Waqf board doesn't come directly under government control. Those are independently appointed officers. The Waqf board has its own laws and it acts according to the Waqf Act of 1995. It doesn't come under the jurisdiction, and you don't have government officers sitting inside masjids and to see how they are being run.
No, you still have to, the Waqf board still have accountability to the government. You can't say there is no accountability. They're free to do anything. No,
see, like I said, it's not like for like, right? It's disparate, right? What is the accountability of churches to the government?
No, my question is, you want a free temple. And why do you want a free temple? Because you say there are irregularities. There are audit reports not coming out. And once you give to the local, see, at last you want the public domain, you want the public money spent on the temples to be used fairly, and you want a report on that, right? And once you give to the local community, how are you going to ensure that? And not every temple in Tamil Nadu is under Hr&CE.
T.R. Ramesh, please respond. No, so you are making a pre-assumption that only with respect to temples, the community, the Hindus will be corrupt. No, you are not making that assumption with Muslims. You are not making that assumption with Christians. You are not questioning. You have not raised a single question against how churches are functioning, how churches are maturing, how churches are being operated, who controls the church, where is the money coming from in the church, and what is the money that is being used. So all of these questions you are not asking. But you are presuming, you are saying that Hindus are corrupt. Hindus don't know how to run. How are you making that presumption, sir?
If you want to twist the facts, go ahead, twist it.
You are making that presumption, right?
I don't bother. Twist it.
You just made that presumption.
Twist it, go ahead and twist it.
You just made that presumption, sir.
Go ahead. I don't bother.
You just made that presumption, sir.
You are not even asking. You are not even allowing me to talk.
You just made that presumption, so I'm asking.
Because not all the temples in Tamil Nadu are under Hr&CE. There are only 44,000 temples in Tamil Nadu Hr&CE.
44,000 temples are under Hr&CE, and you're saying that's not a big deal. How many thousand churches are under the government's control? How many thousand mosques are under the government control?
You know how many temples are in Tamil Nadu, first of all?
Whatever be the number of temples, even 40, not even 4 temples should be under government control, unless there is a reason to control them.
Why does it bother you? Because
why shouldn't it bother me, sir? I am a devotee. The temple should be under the control of the devotees and the deity, and whoever has a right to administer on behalf of the deity. Why should it be the government? Why should it be somebody? Why should a political entity come there and sit there and say, and a bureaucrat come there and say, I will have unbridled access to how this temple will be run.
Even if there is child marriage happening in church.
No, sir. Sir, like I said, are you questioning minors being married off in Muslims? Did you question minors being married off in Muslims? Did you question nikah halala in Muslims in Tamil Nadu? Did you even want to investigate that? Did you say who are these people who are getting the money as far as churches are concerned, and how are they erecting these churches? What is their source of funds? Are there questions that are being asked? What kind of donations are being collected in these churches? Who are these people who are coming out and saying that they are prophets or messengers of God? Are you asking these questions on any other community, but you have questions to ask only about Hindus? Why?
No, because these are all conspiracies.
Okay, T.R. Ramesh.
You want to put it out? Go ahead.
No, sir. I am asking you these questions.
Okay.
You should have parity for everyone. You should have parity for everyone. If the state is secular, it should back off from any religion, any faith. If the state is not secular, then it should interfere in every religion and every faith, not just one religion, one faith and its religious institutions. Yes, T.R. Ramesh, please, sir.
Okay, 2 or 3 things to answer his questions. Now, Chidambaram temple is a denominational temple and the Hr&CE Act does not apply to such temples. The government, the Hr&CE department has given such an affidavit before Honorable Supreme Court. Because the government changed and DMK came to power, they want to harass the Deekshithas of Chidambaram temple. They are going and asking for accounts. Now, there is a division bench judgment already regarding a Saurashtra community managed temple in Madurai, saying that in denominational temples, you cannot simply go and ask for accounts. That's what the Deekshithas said. But the Deekshithas still allowed jewel audit, and the jewel audit happened last year. Till date, the government has not come back with the audit report. Because they could not find any mistake in the audit report, they don't want to publicize it. So they are keeping quiet. Now, the Chidambaram Deekshithas are getting their accounts audited by a chartered accountant, unlike the temples managed by the Hr&CE department in Tamil Nadu, which is violating the Income Tax Act, which says if you are getting more than 2 lakh rupees, the audit has to be done by a chartered accountant in a specific format. That is not being done by Hr&CE at all, because there are thousands of temples which get more than 2 lakh rupees per annum. Now, that is the second question. Now, every time we say Chidambaram temple, there are allegations and all that. He doesn't say that the allegations were raised and they were answered. He never goes into these answers. Chidambaram temple, they want to take it away because it is the only large temple in Tamil Nadu, which is not under the control of the Hr&CE department. They tried in 1951, they miserably failed. They went to Supreme Court, they failed there again. And in 1987, they appointed an executive officer. And finally, the judgment came in 2014. The Supreme Court said the right to administer the Chidambaram temple is with the Deekshithas and their right is a right in rem. That means they have the right against the entire world. These judgments are conveniently hidden by the people, and they say that Chidambaram temple, there are allegations, etc., etc. Let them give the allegations. They were already been answered. The Deekshithas will answer them again. Instead of that, they want to harass the Deekshithas. They want to make them suffer so that by hook or by crook, they want to take over the temple. Now, we are on the question of transparency in the temples managed by Hr&CE department. Why can't they publish the audit reports, which is done by every other organization? Why is the government saying in court, no, we will not publish the audit reports? This is in spite of the direction given by the Commissioner of Hr&CE on 2/4/2008. 15 years ago, the Commissioner said.
But that means, Mr. T.R. Ramesh, that successive governments, irrespective of the DMK or the AIADMK,
yes,
have not bothered to present the audit reports. So what is it that...
With great difficulty only we are getting it.
But why is it that to publish something which is supposed to be a legal right and a duty, why is it so difficult to do? Or why are they deterring from it?
See, in one audit report of 2009 in Tiruchendur temple, the auditors, the internal auditors have recorded that in 1 year, 5,389 cows donated to the temple have vanished. You get these kind of observations in the audit report, and if it is made public, their mismanagement comes to light.
Not just mismanagement, sir, the loot comes to light. The loot comes to light, and that's the question. Either you monitor and audit every loot or every institution with the presumption that there will be loot, or if you are controlling it, then you have to be accountable. The accountability is also not there. You continue it, and the control is also happening lopsided only on one particular community. Now,
yes,
that's
500 grounds of land belonging to
that's the reason why another larger question is this Hr&CE Act itself should be void ab initio, because it is discriminatory, it is not secular, and it is not constitutional because it violates the rights, the religious, the right to pray and the right to be able to propagate and to practice religion is being violated by this very act. That also calls for a larger debate. I have run out of time tonight, but Mr. Ramesh, with the promise that we will take this up, whether this act is legally tenable itself, and we will question the legality of this Hr&CE Act itself in a Bharat of 2023. In the forthcoming episodes of The Right Stand. Thank you very, very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much. We're going to take a very, very short break. Stay with us. When we are back, we get you the update of another setback to the DMK, ladies and gentlemen. And the big news. The three Sanhitas, the Penal Code, CRPC and also Evidences Act are gone. In an Azad Bharat, a Bharatiya Nyaya Sanghita, Bharatiya Suraksha Sanghita, and a Bharatiya Saksha Sanghita passed in both the houses. We get you the details. Stay with us.
Hello, Moto.